flat, and then it's just going to be a little bit of a scoop and then in.
Ooh, you can see that.
Those wings should lay down so that it doesn't roll, and notice how I'm still holding his hand. Okay, this should pop on here, and this is exactly what I would expect. So you see how we have the flashback in here, but nothing's happening here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can do a couple things. We can take this and put this underneath the butterfly. And do you remember why we do that? Because it takes it off the wall, right? Then we can pop that on. And let's say that we still weren't getting it, even though we are. Okay, so that's one thing, and I'll show you why that works. Let's say we still weren't getting it. I'm going to squeeze this in here, take this part off. Perfect. Clear your plunger. This part goes on, pull back just a little bit, and then now we can control that really slow. So see, because it doesn't have that whole section on there, how it comes out real smooth. Okay, now let's say that it was taking 2 or 3 times the amount of time to get this. What you would want to do is you would want to actually transfer this out because you don't want it to clot. So if it took 2 or 3 times longer than it actually did, and then remember, pull back a little bit, see how the bubbles are going in so it doesn't spill everywhere. Okay, so we're going to put that 18 gauge needle on top of there. I'm going to hand that off to you. But open that up so you can put.
Really close to that.
Perfect. Okay, so I don't want to use this one, but if I had another syringe, I could attach that and I could withdraw on here. Okay, so this is going to go, I'm not pushing, I'm just putting this over. You don't want to grab the wings again, you just want to pull straight out. And then put pressure right there. And remember, this goes straight up. That goes in there. And then because this is an 18 gauge, you can stick this straight in.
Holy.
Now watch what happens.
Oh, sweet.
So see how fast that is? That's why when you put it on the vein, that's why the vein, yeah, that's why it goes like that, because it's too much section. But when you control that and you pull back real gently, you're only getting a little bit of section with that. So with those, I would definitely have them put pressure on there for a good 3 to 5 minutes. This is not a forgiving site when you draw blood. That can bruise up. If you look away from that, let's say I was doing this by myself when no one else was here or you were the first patient or whatever. If I was doing this all by myself and I wasn't watching that needle, within 2 seconds, his skin literally could rise up like that. I mean, so fast, and it will hurt, hurt, hurt. If you see that happening, you want to immediately just take the needle out and apply pressure and just hold it really tight. It'll go back down again, but he's going to have a really big goose egg and it's going to be super sore. Wait, remember, always a pressure. So that's one side, and then you pull. Find out if it's clotted is when you stick these 2 sticks down in there and you pull them back up. You'll be able to see if it's stretchy. Okay, and those weren't stretchy. You see how it stayed liquidy? It didn't stretch together. It's not thick like jelly. And you don't have any globs on there.
Like that?
See how it's not? Right? You would know if it was. In fact, we'll do, if someone draws a serum tube, I'll show you what the difference looks like. Because the serum, it'll stretch. You'll actually see it hold on to it, and it'll stretch from it. And that's liquidy, so it's good. And then, actually, we could do a slide off of this. If you want to see what your blood looks like under the scope.
I've seen it before.
You're like, it's my